Here goes the melody. What's good, you guys? It's your boy Jay Freshman back with another tutorial. More of a beat making video, but I will be walking through my thought process. So starting off, I got Omnisphere. So finna just make something out of that. And I'm in the key G sharp major. I'm gonna start off with some chords. I find it when you start off with like chords or bass, it just sets the mood like right off the back, and from there it just makes it a lot easier to make the beat because now you have a vibe. All right. Omnisphere always be loud as fuck. Make sure you turn that shit down in the actual plugin. So there's popular chord progressions. You got to understand music is kind of like a puzzle game and patterns, not to make music all systematic and have rules, but just you want to notice like certain patterns because it makes it a lot easier to like create abundance of music when you like have knowledge. That's why music theory is a thing for that reason, in my opinion. So with all that said, I'm gonna start off with the 6, and so pretty much starting at G sharp. If you count down 2, that's the 6, and then you skip every note. So the way I have this in the background, if I have a kit called All Scale Kit, and it's also in my Endgame drum kit. So you could buy the All Scale Kit like by itself, or you could buy the Endgame drum kit, which is probably $15, and then it includes the All Scale Kit. So for $5 more, pretty much, because the All Scale Kit costs like $10. For $5 more, you could get the drum kit and that. So link will be below for both. But back to that, it's really just a drag and drop. You pick out your scales that you want, and I chose G major, and I just dropped it in, and then that's how it looks when you drop it in. So back to the chords. So 6, this is the 6th chord, and then usually if you want to make it like a sad feeling, you would jump to the 3rd chord. So the reason why I'm using a major scale is just a lot easier to configure this whole chord progression, meaning that the 3, the 2, and the 6 will always be minor, and the 1, the 4, and the 5 will always be major in the major keys. So if you don't understand that, that's just a little music theory. But that's why I said, music theory has that importance and it has its purpose, because now I could create music a lot like easier. So this is a 6. I'm gonna jump to the 3rd. So the 3rd of G sharp will be C. So I'm gonna just play the C down here though, and I'm gonna show you what I do afterwards. This is high, so let me bring it down to a different octave. 6, 3, and then so the 7th chord is actually a leading tone. So I would use the 7th. Leading is like you're about to lead either to the home or to the 5th, and the 5th to home. That's just music theory, chord progression stuff. So the 6 will be G. I'm gonna play the G down here. The way you make your music as well, when you're going down like this, it's going to have more of a sad vibe. The more you go up, it's a more happier vibe. Kind of just want to have that in the back of your head. And then we're going to play the 5th of G sharp to end it off so it could go home. And then you're going to see how everything really sounds all together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that will be C sharp. So I'm going to play the C sharp up here. And I'm going to show you how to make it sound even more better after this. But this is how it goes. So with the 7th chord, you got to realize that's a diminished chord. So what you want to do is bring this up, bring the last note of that 7th chord up. So you could go like that, you feel me? And you could also play with it. You could do a suspended second 7 chord. I don't know how to say that. So if for any music theorists or whatever pianists, don't come at my head. I like that. It would make more sense when we do the inversions, but I'll explain later. So I'm gonna just grab the bass notes so we could just really start putting this shit together. So it could just have more bass tone. All right. So you really want to just kind of even out your notes because a pianist really wouldn't play chords in their natural form. They'll play it in inversions. So I'll probably bring this G up right here and do it like that. So now you can see, like, if you were playing this on piano, you wouldn't have to move a lot. All the chords is like closer and it's going to sound more as an advanced player playing a piano. So with this, it sounds a bit weird, but just kind of keep messing with it. Don't just give up on the idea because it sounds weird. You might just have to add another note or switch something around. There you go. And then I'm gonna add a 7th to this. Not the 7th chord, but the actual 7th key. That's why you just don't give up on the idea so quick. And then take away the 7th. So if you look, when you're listening to chords, you're really only listening to the top layer. So it's going like So that's why me taking out the 7th is going to make it go down like boom. So just imagine this was your melody. Boom. Those top notes. And that's how you could also make your melody sound more with your chords by using the top notes. And you can use the rest. I'll show you once we get into the melodies, but boom. So what we can make it sound interesting, we could start strumming it. So Alt and S, you gotta hold Alt and S. Boom. So let me see what else we could also do to it. Let's see what happened if we add a 7th. All right, I'm just going to add a 7 for this one just to switch it up for this part. And then there you go. That's your chords. Now let's go into the melody of it. So once you have like your chords, you don't really need the sample notes anymore. Now you could just look and see out of all these notes, these are what you could play. But like I said, oh shit, that was loud. Sorry, you guys. But like I said, before you could play the actual top notes if you keep those notes in your mind. So it's like you have G sharp. Let me turn this down a little bit more. You have G sharp. You have G. You have A sharp. And you have C. And you also have, okay, that's just G sharp again. So you really have those 4 notes. like I said, you could play the rest of them, but try to start off with these 4 notes. See what you could come up with. So let me. Right now, I'm doing this on my actual keyboard, like the one that I'm typing with, not my piano. So let me just find the notes. So T will be G, and then G sharp, and then I got C right here, and then I just need A sharp. All right. So with that, you can't even go wrong. Now it's just kind of coming up with that idea in your head. So let me just hear it. So I'm gonna go like dun 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 dun. And it's always kind of good to start with the actual root note of your key song. So I kind of want to do like a trill, where it's like you're playing. It sounds like you're playing one note, but you're doing like a quick movement. So like that. But it has to be a lot quicker. So you got to go into probably like a 6th step. I like it just like 2 apart. So it's gonna be like that. Go back to my actual thing. So be careful because I'm about to quantize it, but if I quantize it, then this is going to be put together. So I'm just going to highlight these notes and then quantize it. Boom. Which is Alt and Q. See, I want to continue the pattern, but it might not sound right. I mean, even though I did say if you have these notes, what I mean is just like you still kind of want to go with the bass notes as well. Those are just 2 approaches. Don't get too crazy with what I just said. There's 2 approaches really, and a lot more. But let's just copy it and see if this goes. And it goes. We just gonna have to switch around a couple of notes, but I like this pattern. I'm thinking about doing that trill again. So it's not like the trill didn't work. Sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, I just kind of be lazy with music, and that's fine. And it's not really being lazy more than it is like, I mean, it's kind of lazy, but it's more of the fact that I'm just not like, it's not that serious, is what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't have to make your music sound extra perfect. You feel me? The more you just flow through your making a beat, then it's not gonna sound like you did too much. You feel me? Because some of you guys it just sounds like you're trying to do too much, and that's why it's just really taken away from your creativity. So now we could do a little bit of sound selection. We wouldn't want to keep the same melody and the same sound for the melody and the chord, which you could. Sounds good in some instance, like especially if you're using a piano. But for me, with this, I'm just going to switch it up. Hmm. Sorry if you could hear like the buffering, something. I don't know. This shit tweaking. I didn't really look into it. I just kind of jumped in. Maybe because I have like hella tabs open in the internet. Ooh, like that sounds like it's a weird sound, but it sounds kind of good. So I'm gonna layer it with something else. So I got a few kits, not too crazy. I really don't even use Omnisphere, but I think I'm gonna start using more of it. Nexus is just kind of dying out to me. Um, right about not right right about now, even though I know a lot of people got off it a long time ago. Maybe it's just the mood that I'm in, but either way. Hmm. When I'm on, yeah. Turn around me when I'm on, yeah. In the club, doing threes like I'm on, yeah. Phone up chimes and it beats like I'm on, yeah. Boom. Just like that. Here goes the melody. And see, I can still hear that trill, so I might just do it, but I'm flowing right now. So let me just go on to making a bass.